I was thinking.
All right, let's take a look. What?
Huh?
2.4. Okay, so we started doing multi-step equations last week. Okay, we had 2 days for that. Now we're going to look at what happens when you have a variable on each side. So, for example,
what page are we on?
10. Page 10. So something like this, where you have a variable on the left side and the right side of an equation, okay? So our goal is still the same thing. When it says solve, what does that mean?
Cancel out.
Cancel out, but also isolate. We always want to isolate the variable. So the directions are still going to be the same thing, isolating the variable. But what happens when we have a variable on both sides? Okay, so we'll go through. Well, first, you want to simplify each side of the equation. So in other words, this would be, for example, distribute, combine like terms.
No.
Right. Okay. Do you have a pencil?
First science after both.
After this?
After both.
Is it urgent? Can you wait?
Easier.
No, they left.
I said last week, too many people are asking to go to the restroom all the time.
I never.
Too many people are talking.
Wait, new was really changed?
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they changed it new.
Okay,
Yeah.
we want to use addition or subtraction that has all the variables on one side. So we want to, what I like to do in step 2 is I like to cancel the smaller variable.
Oh.
Okay, so for example, up here, I have a 2x on one side, and I have, technically, this is a 1x on the right side. So I look at which one is smaller, the 2x, the 1x. So the only way to get rid of a 1x is to subtract it from both sides. So that's going to be our step 2. After that, we're going to get all the constants on one side. Do you know what the constants are?
No.
Those are the numbers without any variables. So these are just plain numbers. Numbers without a variable.
Should we write that?
Okay. If it's helpful to you, we're going to walk through some examples. So hopefully you'll see the steps. And then last, we're going to do multiplication or division to isolate the variable. Okay. Solve each equation. We're going to check our solution. So the first step, I look at the both sides have a variable. I want to look at which one is the smaller one, the 4W or the 7W. The 4W.
7.
What's that? Bro, what's that? Barca 1 0.
I have no more pencils. Okay. Which one is smaller, did we say? The 4W. If there's nothing in front, Jonah, if there's nothing in front, is this a positive or a negative?
Positive.
It's a positive. So how am I going to cancel
Minus.
a positive 4W? Minus 4W. So I'm going to put minus 4W from both sides. So remember, the equal sign divides this into 2 separate sides. So whatever I do to one side of the equals,
You
I have
do
to
the
do
other.
the other.
Oh.
Now, what's going to happen with the left side? What's going to happen with 4W and the minus 4W?
6 equals negative 3.
Okay, so 6 equals
Negative 3.
3W.
Oh.
okay. 6 equals 3W, right? Okay. The last step, so there's nothing else to do that we can combine like terms. So now it's a one-step equation. We just want to get rid of the 3. So we're going to divide.
W equals 2.
Yeah, W equals 2.
Same thing. So you could do 2 equals W or W equals 2.
No.
Okay. B. All right. What do I notice?
That's tricky one.
You do 2A plus.
Good. We call that distributive property. So I have to get rid of the parentheses. So I'm going to have 2A plus 12 plus 3A.
I remember.
Quick.
5A plus 12.
Hey guys,
Oh, we're on to the next
I
one.
started making a seating chart
Oh,
because
okay.
we can't seem to control who we're talking to sitting
I
next
see
to us.
here.
So let me just have that in the back of my mind while we're working today.
Let's work
Okay.
both together.
So we did our distributive property. The second step, or actually, that's supposed to be an E here. Combine like
Oh.
terms.
You do 2 plus 3.
Yeah, so on each side of the equal sign, I need to combine these. So I'm going to combine.
So 5A plus 12.
Okay. So I want to add these two together. And the right side, I'm not going to do anything with. I'm going to just bring down
Then
that
you do
6A.
minus
So
5.
you bring down the 6A and then you get
Minus
minus
11.
11.
Okay, so we have a variable on each side. So that means I need to subtract the smaller one.
So plus 11.
Wait. Variables first.
Minus
Variables
5.
first. Minus 5A.
Variables first.
Listen, you can take care of the constants, but I strongly recommend taking care of the variables first because sometimes we end up canceling everything on the same side and that can be confusing. All right, now we bring down the 12. Just a minute, Kobe.
Then you do plus 11.
Now 6A minus 5A is just going to be 1A.
Then you
Do I need to put the 1 in front?
Oh my god. Is it okay if I can?
It's okay if you do.
I want to get points off.
So then you do 5A, 5A.
I think you do plus 11. So
All right, so what we've done is we've now changed this into a one-step equation. How do I isolate the variable?
Plus 11.
Plus
Plus
11. So
11.
let's put plus 11 on both sides.
21.
1 equals
Careful.
1
Oh,
equals
23.
1A.
23 equals A, or
23. Wait, I don't know. Yeah, right.
it's 23.
equals A.
I went back.
Okay, now we have variables on both sides, so I want you to distribute. Go ahead and do that first step for part C. Do the first step. Do the first step. Eli, you got to take notes, or I'm taking off quick.
Charlie.
What did you see, Freddie?
Okay, so
I got that hoodie.
Everyone did. Joey. Oh my god.
I remember that hoodie. Oh my. This case, if that trip was very
The
fun.
Washington.
It was me, Brody,
Do your
Singer,
work.
and Lucas.
okay, so on the left side we have 7n minus 7. Don't forget to distribute it to both parts. What's the right side gonna look like? You have that, Kobe?
The right side can look like 7 and minus 7.
Wait a minute. I meant like distributing.
Oh, that side?
Yeah.
The left side.
That's the right side.
So negative 6.
Plus negative n.
Is it at minus 2?
Okay, but
That 2n.
yeah, minus 2n. Don't forget to distribute to both parts. Okay,
Negative 2n, right?
Yeah.
it's a minus 2n, or you could put plus negative 2. All right, which variable is smaller, the 7n or the minus 2n?
Minus 2n.
Okay, so I want to get rid of the minus 2n, so we're going to cancel it.
Plus 2n.
Plus 2n on both sides
So 9n minus 7
equals.
Wait. Okay. And then you plus.
Then you
Plus
bring
Okay,
that
hold on
down.
just one second, making sure everybody's on the
Then
same
you
page.
bring that down, you get that, and then 9n minus 7 equals negative 6.
Did we take the homework?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually on the board.
Oh, my bad,
Should
eh?
do what you don't.
No, I didn't.
Okay, what do we do next?
Plus 7 on both sides.
Plus 7 on both sides. So I add 7 here.
Yeah.
I get, so I'm going to bring down 9n, and this gives us
One.
negative 6 plus 7 is just going to be 1.
So
Divide 9 then.
Good. We have to
it's
cancel.
negative 1 then.
Well, be careful.
Then it's 9.
If I do 1 divided by 9, can I divide 1 by 9
No.
evenly? No. So instead, we just get 1/9. It's just going to be that fraction, 1/9.
Wait, we're on.
We are in the bottom of page 10.
On.
Bottom of page 10.
On the chapter 2 notes.
Okay. Oh, here we go. We have some fractions this time. Okay, if you don't like fractions, we can multiply to get rid of all the fractions. What number could we multiply everything by to get rid of all the fractions?
Alright. 2.
4.
Okay, I hear two different answers. 2
Because-
versus 4.
No, because 4 is a common denominator of 2 and 4.
Yeah, 4 is a common denominator.
We need to get the two.
So what if I if I multiply 2 to this 1/4, will that get rid of that fraction? Okay.
Denominator.
So the least common denominator is 4. Okay, so I want to multiply
How do you say it?
denominator.
Denominator?
Denominator.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
Denominator?
Yes.
Can't talk.
Okay.
This is just so much harder.
So there's more than one way to do
Are you
this.
serious?
We also solve it like the real
Sure.
life. They're little
Okay. So here I want to distribute. That's going to give me 2x plus 4 equals, that's going to be a 1x or just x minus 24.
Wait, what?
Then you do. Wait, what? Oh, 2
Okay,
plus
I'm just
1.
multiplying both sides to get rid of the
2
fractions. Now,
plus 1.
2 plus 1. Well, hold on. This is already a positive 1x.
Minus 1.
I have to do the opposite, which will be a minus 1x. So if I do minus 1x,
X.
I just get x.
You do just get X.
Then minus 4.
Good. So now I have x plus 4.
X equals minus 28. 20. No.
Well, be careful.
Oh, okay. I was negative.
I got to subtract 4 from both sides. So subtract 4.
Minus 28.
So if I have a negative and I subtract, then we're going to add the two numbers, right? And it's going to be negative.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Sometimes we get a situation where there are no solution and some equations that are true for all values. So in other words, sometimes the variables disappear.
Wait, how?
You'll see. So,
Oh, because 2x and 2x. 0.
okay, sometimes the variables disappear. So let's look at this example where there's no solution. What's the first thing I have to do on the left side? Distributive property.
So 2x.
So I have 2x minus,
minus 8
good.
equals 2x plus 1.
Okay, now, if I say which one is the smaller variable,
Both the same.
they're both the same. So if I go to subtract 2x,
It leaves you a 0. No variable.
so I end up just with a negative 8
No
equals
solution, no solution.
1. So,
You write the thing like that.
correct. So, does this answer make sense?
No.
No.
Negative 8 does not equal. So we say this is no solution,
No solution because it can't
Or
be negative
you
8.
could put a circle.
Either one's okay.
Either one's okay. I like putting the little
Yeah.
abbreviated symbol for no solution.
Oh, that's actually like it's satisfying.
So when you get something where the variables disappear, but the two numbers are not the same, it's going to be no solution. Okay, let's look at the opposite.
All real numbers.
Okay, what happens when we distribute? What's 1/2 of 6?
3x
3.
plus
So 3x.
3.
plus 6.
Oh, you know what? This is supposed to be a 6 over here. I don't know. Oh, no, you're right. You're right. Plus 6.
3x plus
Plus 6 plus 1.
Equals what's next block? Oh, so they both are the same on every side.
No, 3x plus 7.
Stop.
Correct. So what happens?
That's real because that's like 3x plus 7 equals 3x plus 7. That's like correct.
So if I go,
What?
Like, what's just happened?
What do you mean?
3x plus 7 is 3x equals 3x plus 7.
You
Same
gotta
thing.
slow down a
The
little
same
bit.
exact thing.
Okay.
Yeah, Eli's right.
I get 3x plus 7 equals 3x plus 7.
It's true. It's true.
If I go to subtract, if I try to isolate the variable and I subtract 3x from both sides, I get 7 equals 7. So
they give you
this is a true statement, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question.
If it's a true statement, we say that's all real solutions.
We just put it
I have a question.
Yes.
Then I learned like the problem is done once you get 3x plus 7 equals 3x plus 7 because like that's an answer because they're both the same thing.
There's closure.
Okay, so I'm going to go with no. Here's the reason. We don't know what the variable is. I understand what you're saying. You're going to eventually get 7 equals 7, but I want you to show the subtraction of the variables because this is not a true statement until we eliminate the variable. Okay? Now, you can also put an R with an extra line. That's an abbreviated way to say all real solutions. Okay, so go that extra step to get rid of the variable. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
If it's,
gonna do this.
if it's
Okay.
all real, then you put.
All real, so you put a capital R with an extra line on the left side.
Do you have homework?
Yeah, we'll have time. I just want to do these 4 examples and then we'll have time to work on homework. Okay? All right. First thing, what do we need to do? Oh, okay. Well, what's the first thing we have to do?
So 7x plus 5x.
Okay, distribute.
So 7x plus 5x minus 1 equals
No. Don't forget 5 times 1 is.
negative 5.
Did you say minus 5? Oh, I thought you said minus 1.
Minus 5
Equals negative 5.
plus 12x. So when you put like kinds together, 7x and positive 7x and positive 5x. So 12x minus 5 is equal to negative 5 plus 12x. So
Okay.
it's just all real numbers.
Okay.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
get that by subtracting 12x. And we get negative 5 equals negative 5. When we get the same thing on both sides, that's our all real solutions.
And we can just put a big R.
You can put a big R with an extra line in it. That's our abbreviation for all real solutions. Okay, the key here is that we have to combine these first so that we get the same variable on both sides. Okay, how about B? Who can help with B?
Oh,
Eli?
So 8s minus 10 equals 18 minus 6s, and then you do plus 6s.
Good.
Yeah,
So
plus
add
6s
6s.
on each side, and then you get 14 s minus 10 equals 18.
Good.
Plus 10 on each side.
Plus 10 on both
You get
sides.
14s equals 28, and then s equals 2. Divide by 14s on each side.
Okay, good. Divide by 14.
14, and then s equals 2.
good stuff. Yeah.
Good. Okay, so this time the variables did not disappear, which means we're going to have one answer. Okay. All right. How about C?
Wait, I'm still doing it.
Yeah, I can do
Thank you,
something.
thank you.
You're good?
I'll do C.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Alright. I'll do C.
No, let Aaron do it.
Aaron got
Here's a one. Okay, go.
Aaron, do you have C?
I can do that.
that.
Okay.
I'm gonna do 6y minus 30 equals 20 minus 6. No, 18y.
Plus 6y.
Wait.
Plus, give me your coffee.
Plus 6y.
20 plus 2 times 3 gives us.
So confused.
6y.
Okay, so first thing we have to do is
No.
distribute.
Like I no, like that's not me.
Oh,
That's
that's
okay.
the wrong one. Sorry.
That's okay. And now what do we got to do? We have to subtract what?
You do
Minus
plus.
6.
No, you do minus 6.
Minus 6y.
That's
Minus
all.
6y.
It's the big R. It's the big R.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Okay, the
Big R.
variables
No solution.
disappear, but
Oh.
is this a true or a false statement?
False.
False. So
False.
this is going to be no solution. This is where we put the little circle.
You say no.
You can write out the words no solution, or you could put this is called the empty set. It's a little circle with a diagonal slash through it.
So.
All right, one more and
I'll
then
do
we'll
it. Can I do it?
Again. Okay, go ahead.
Alright, so 2/3 of 18 is 12, so 12A.
12A.
Oh, yeah, 2/3.
Okay,
Can we use a calculator?
we could use our calculator for this. Or when we multiply fractions, we multiply to the whole number. What's 2 times 2? 4. And then the denominators, remember any whole number we can put over 1. So 3 times 1 gives us 3
3.
equals, okay, on the right side we get 12A.
12A
Yes.
42.
It's Monday.
Okay. All right, then what do we do? Subtract?
Yeah. So this is no solution.
Good, because we get 4/3 equals negative 42.
Oh,
That's a false statement. So we say no solution.
no solution. It's only